Race fans, it is time to go racing in the Bud Light 300 from Autodrome Chaudiere. The pace car has peeled off of the racetrack. Trayton Lapsevich in the number 20. Andrew Ranger in the 27. Green flag is in the air. We are underway. Side by side down the back straightaway. We mentioned already, Andrew Ranger has no problem running the outside at any racetrack, let alone here at Autodrome Chaudiere at the stripe. Trayton Lapsevich going to lead lap number 1, but they continue to run door to door for that top spot. LP Dumoulin had cleared the 3 of Alex Gannett. Gannett trying to force the issue, get up there on the outside. Ranger pulls in line right behind Trayton Lapsevich. Dexter Stacy going to put him to work behind the wheel of that 92 recap sponsored entry. Donald Teach making a move for the second spot on the inside of Andrew Ranger. Ranger gets loose off of turn number 4. Might have been a little bit of help from Donald Teach there as Teach edges forward. Ranger going to get back in line. Let's see if he's going to seek any retaliation. Doesn't look like it. Ranger going to drop in line in the 3rd spot, and now it's Donald Teach. Can he close in on race leader Trayton Lapsevich? The field is mostly single file. Donald Teach times that well. Keeps it 80 machine to the outside of the 20s. Keeping Trayton Lapsevich pinched down a little bit. Lapsevich able to run that inside groove. Not able to clear Teach just yet, but Lapsevich did lead at the stripe. Teach again with a good run off of turn number 2. He got a great launch off the 2nd turn. If he can do the same off of turn 4, we might see a new leader. Not this time. Trayton Lapsevich continues to lead by 3/100ths of a second. But Donald Teach has that 80 machine rolling. He clears the 20. He'll drive it deep into 3, down the front straightaway. New race leader is Donald Teach. He leads lap number 59. They still battle side by side, but the local fans are impressed with the driver from Pointe-Châtel, Quebec. Donald Teach clears the 20 of Lapsevich down into turn number 1 to the inside. The battle now is for 2nd. Andrew Ranger up on the high side in the GM Paillet 27. Oh, trouble. Andrew Ranger in the 27. The team car to the 0 of Glenn Stiers. We might have had 2 rear ends let go, and the nightmare season for Andrew Ranger continues as he takes that car to the pits. Look at this battle at the front of the field. 4 cars tightly together, 2 rows deep, 2 cars wide. Trayton Lapsevich continues to lead, but Alex Gannett not letting him get away. Lapsevich clears the number 3 of Gannett. He'll try to close the door. Gannett gets in there on the left rear quarter panel. Not so fast, Trayton. And again, right to the end of that restart zone before he jumps on the throttle. Something for these drivers and spotters to talk about. Once you get to the end of the restart zone, you don't have to wait for the race leader. Once you get to the end of the restart zone, that race restarts no matter what. So might be an opportunity for a crew chief or a spotter to tell their driver, if it's Alex Gannett, hey, just so you know, you don't have to wait for the 20. If he gets to a certain point, you're well within your rights to jump on the gas pedal. Gannett drives it in deep, slides up the racetrack. Don't think there was contact. Don't see any marks on the left side of Lapsevich's car, but it is close quarters racing out there for the top spot. Looks like Gannett with a little bit of understeer. He's pushing just a little bit going down into the turn in that number 3. He'll tuck in line behind the race leader Lapsevich. The top 4 drivers are nose to tail. Lapsevich in the 20, the 3 of Gannett, the 74 of Lacroix, and the 80 of Donald Teach. Gannett opening his entry into the corner, but you couldn't do that with Kevin Lacroix. A hungry Kevin Lacroix in that 74. The yellow flag is displayed. Donald Teach, the smoke getting heavier and heavier out the 80. Oh, big fire under the 80 of Donald Teach, just like we saw out of the Glenn Stiers 0 machine. And he pulls off the racetrack into the pits. That's a veteran stock car racer. Pulls off the racetrack into the pits and stops right behind the fire truck. Things get real snug behind Stacy Bergeron, right up to the back bumper of the 66. Thinks about making it 3 wide. couldn't quite do it. He'll concede that position to the 84 of Larry Jackson. I'll tell you, I don't know the entire history. Even start with 5 laps to go. Lapcevich up on the outside. Cameron to the inside with a big run off the corner. He runs the 20 of Lapcevich up the racetrack just a little bit. Coming off of turn number 4, Marc-Antoine Cameron with the advantage. Problem for Brandon Watson in the number 9. Not sure what's gone wrong with the 9 machine, but it has no power. Lapcevich back to the second position, all but pushing the 96 of Cameron through the turn. 3 laps to go. Cameron trying to get away from the 20 of Drayton Lapcevich. He opens up a car length on the back straightaway, down through 3 and 4, 2 to go. The top 6 cars are nose to tail. Lapcevich not quite close enough to mount a challenge, but he really got through 1 and 2 well there. White flag will be in the air. 1 more lap to go this time for Cameron as they race off at turn number 4. Marc-Antoine Cameron extends that gap down through 1 and 2. He's only got to get through 3 and 4. 2 car lengths the gap between Cameron and Lapcevich. The Bud Light 300 to Marc-Antoine Cameron. Here he is out race car Marc-Antoine Cameron, the crowd cheering.